Hello and welcome to this episode. Woo, baby. This past year, it wasn't about growth. No, it wasn't. It was about shedding. Did you feel it? We all felt it. This conscious collective felt this shed massively. And I didn't realize that this shedding is actually the prerequisite to higher leadership. If you have felt like things have slowed down, maybe old strategies aren't working, like something in you has totally shifted, but you can't quite name it, then this episode is for you. This is about your identity. It is about the version of you that cannot come with you into your next level. And I'm going to share with you what I shed in the year of the snake before I could lead at this higher level, and what I am absolutely not bringing with me into the year of the fire horse. The year of the snake, it was stripping old identities. It was about shedding urgencies. It was about exposing distortion and leadership recalibration. If you have felt it, you felt it. And it wasn't about becoming someone new, okay? You know who you are at your core. And it was about removing everything that wasn't aligned with my North Star, with my iconic woman identity. Because high level leadership, it doesn't come from adding more and more on. It comes from subtraction. It comes from getting cleaner, clearer, and removing the things that are just making everything else heavy. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the 4 things that I have shed this past year that I am not bringing with me into the year of the fire horse, which begins today. So, how iconic is it that this episode is sharing all the things that are not coming forward? Let's fricking go. And if any of these things resonate, please pop it in the comments below and just be like, wow, I am feeling this. This is exactly how it's been for me. I would love to hear that from you. Okay, number 1, I shed urgency leadership. There is no more making decisions from fear. There was no more overcorrecting during dips, and there was no more reacting instead of regulating. Before, my nervous system was just designed, I mean, all of us are, to make decisions to keep us safe. And making these decisions based in fear and not truth is very, very dangerous. It keeps you doing the things that you necessarily shouldn't be doing or don't even have to do, just as a like protection, instead of doing the right aligned things that you should do it if you were grounded and truthful with yourself. So I said, nope, I am shedding that part of me. I am no longer making misaligned decisions based in fear, and I'm going to do everything in grounded truth. There was no more of that like spiral of overcorrecting things when I had certain financial dips through this past year, which, whoa, baby. I mean, if you cannot handle ups and downs and financial, peaks and dips in entrepreneurship, then you are just not cut out for it. And this is something that I wanted to take forward with me into this new level of leadership, is being able to hold in those months where there were those financial dips and not spiraling and being like, I have to fix everything. Is my positioning wrong? Do I have to tweak my bio on my LinkedIn or on my Instagram? Like, we all get there to that like spiral because we're wanting to fix. Why? Because our nervous system is like, safety is knowing that this is right and correct and I need to fix this. So instead of overcorrecting things, I would just allow things to be and then make the decision to, oh, you know what? Actually, I do want to modify this, but from like grounded truth and not from like, this is wrong or this isn't landing or I have to modify this, sales page or my website or all these things. It's like, can we just like let it be for a minute? Let it land. And maybe it's not even that thing, but it's our mind thinking, oh, it's this thing. And if I fix this thing, then that's going to attract more clients to me, or that is going to be the thing that's going to get me, booked on stages or asked to speak at retreats or whatever it is that you're really desiring. like we think that, oh, we have to correct this thing over and over and over, or like a post, right? Or creating content. Like we think that we have to like refine it over and over and over. And then it gets so diluted and it's not even us. So I was like, no, I am not going to get into these spirals, even if there is a financial lull, because then that makes you make misaligned decisions, right? That leaks your energy. You start leaking your energy to the things that in the end don't even matter. Instead of being in good energy, whether you have your highest cash month or your lowest cash month, if you maintain that certainty and that energy and you make clean decisions and you are doing things from a grounded space, like that's how you have to be as a leader so that you're able to lead from these lead from your truth, right? Because that's what it's about. It's not about, doing the right things when you have a high cash month. It's about doing the right aligned things even if you don't have a high cash month, even if there is a dip. So I said, no, I am not going to get into this spiral when shit hits the fan. Okay? No more reacting instead of regulating. This year, I decided I am not going to do things out of a reactive state to fix it. Okay. All my life, I have figured shit out. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 14 years old, and I've always figured things out. I have went through some things in my life where I'm like, Renee, you need to figure this out. And I am very good at figuring things out and strategizing and making things work. I mean, that's a genius part of my brain. But when you get to a point where you are now being reactive to things and you're like, I have to fix this, I have to fix this, I have to fix this, again, that is a energy leak, because sometimes you don't even have to fix the thing or react to the thing. You just have to allow it to be and pan out how it's going to pan out. Or you're going to maybe have that conversation with someone, whether it's a team member or it is a conversation you have to have with your partner. Instead of reacting, you're going to have a grounded conversation. Wow, that is grounded leadership. So I said, I'm no more reacting. I'm going to regulate and then take the aligned action, whatever that might look like. When your body thinks that everything is high alert and an emergency, you misread your timing and you start overreacting to things. So just like notice, like, where am I being reactive to things when I can just like take a pause and be still for a minute? And it's not like not doing something, it's about not being reactive to the thing. It's about making sure that you are grounded before you make a decision. This is all about like your nervous system being able to like hold that for a minute and be able to like chill for a minute. And we're going to dive into that in future episodes. Number 2, the second thing that I shed was indecision disguised as thoughtfulness. I had some lingering maybes. Oof, a big maybe was maybe I will continue to promote my bridal hair education, but just have it on a separate Instagram page because, oh my God, I poured my heart, soul, and energy into that. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will launch this offer. Instead of it being like a clean yes or no, it was like, maybe I'll do this. And I just kind of let it hang there. There was these emotional like open loops that I had as well. Like maybe it was like the looping of like, oh, I really need to have that conversation with my partner, or I really need to have this conversation with a client, or the emotional loop of just wanting to like just close the thing out or just cut the cord or ties or whatever whatever it may be. And just like these dragging decisions. I was like, I am not going to do this anymore, because dragging decisions, it's not you having the wisdom to be like, okay, let me just sit and marinate on this. That looks different than not than avoidance. And when you are doing things out of avoidance, procrastination, it costs you your focus. And the year 2026, okay, the fire horse year, it is either a fast yes or it is a clean no. And the way that you decide if it's a yes or a no is you are honest and truthful with yourself. Like really honest and truthful with yourself. And you aren't doing things from like emotion, or you're doing it from like your clean intuition and your truth. So I said, I am no longer going to have things linger. And I know now what I'm doing with my bridal hair education. I'm actually putting it on a legacy platform. There's more to come on that. That's going to be a really big announcement. I'm really excited about it. So there was one thing where I was like, okay, this has been like, oh, like think about it. When things are there, you have these open tabs in the back of your mind and you're not resolving them. Think about how much of an energy leak that is. You're always thinking about them, whether it's in your subconscious or you're consciously thinking about them. It's always open energetically. So why not just like do the thing that you actually have to do and make the decision to do it, whether it's send out that email as is, or whether it's have that sales page and just let it be, or, refine your bio and then just let it be, or say yes to doing this certain offer or thing that you want to do in your business. Or it's like, no, this doesn't make sense. I really shouldn't be doing this. Right. Like, stop with the lingering maybes. Stop with this like looping of like, okay, it's not resolved. It's not resolved. That is like such a huge energy leak. And we're all about, as an iconic woman, is protecting our energy and alivening it. We don't want anything that's going to drain it. So when you are indecisive, when you are procrastinating, it's costing you your focus. And we need to be on point and focused as iconic women leaders. Okay. So 2026, it's either a fast yes or it is a clean no. Number 3, I shed the savior role. Oh, this one has been one of the most difficult ones that was hardwired into my old identity. The grieving of the old clients. I'm like, okay, we gotta just like, the grieving happened. And now it's just like, let it go. Let go that older version of me. Let go the older clients. Like, just let it go. I am not meant to serve everyone. I was like, I shed that, oh, I'm meant to serve everyone. I'm meant to save everyone. I'm meant to help everyone. No, I am not meant to serve everyone. I'm meant to serve the one. My accessibility doesn't equal my impact. The hardest thing, it wasn't letting go of the work. It was letting go of who I used to be for other people. And this is about setting leadership boundaries for yourself. So before, I used to just carry a lot of weight for others. I mean, me as the oldest sibling of 5, I have carried a lot of weight my entire life just because of the way I was conditioned and raised and being the oldest child. And that leaked into my business, which is going to be a whole nother episode about just things that unhealed traumas and things and how it leaks into your business. I'm going to have that as a whole nother episode. So excited about that one. But this was the most difficult thing for me because before, in my old identity, I was like, I can help you. I can save you. I know how to fix you. I mean, me as a projector, I like see the gaps and see the things that you don't see. I see the greatness within you. And hello, that's why I attracted a narcissist and before and just like had bad relationships because I'm like, oh, I could fix you. I could save you. And same thing for clients. I was like, oh, I see the greatness in you, even though maybe they don't even see the greatness in themselves, or I see the aligned roadmap for you. And even though it's like they had like not enough belief in themselves to actually do the things. And how does that person succeed from that? And how do I succeed from working with people like that? It's draining, especially when people expect you to provide them results when they're the ones that need to provide the results from themselves and I'm just the guide. So this was a huge, 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 huge one for me as a helper, as someone who just genuinely cares and is a heart-led person. I had to detach from, okay, you have to go like do all these things and oh my God, just like even the way that I used to like have some of my older programs, I'm like, why did I say, okay, yes, you can pay me X amount per month and you get one-to-one calls and you also get one Zoom call a week, a group call, and then you also get access to me in the Slack channel, like unlimited. Like it was like bizarre. Like I had no boundaries. I was like, but if I don't, then they're not going to get the results. And it was like, what is that? That was just me not being an iconic woman leader. That wasn't helping anyone. That wasn't helping me for my energy. That wasn't helping my clients because I wasn't empowering my clients that they could actually do the work and things. So that was the hardest thing to let go of is the savior role as a people pleaser. And that grieving process has taken over 2 years. It has been a long, long shed of that. So that was number 3. Number 4, I shed money avoidance. Again, this was another one that was super, super embedded in my old identity, super hardwired in me. I was always avoiding numbers. I was like, oh, whatever, the money's coming in, I'm gonna spend it. Like, I have no idea how much I make. Like, I had no idea how much I made. I had no idea, except for the end of the year, when you do your taxes and stuff. I was like, I don't know what I'm really bringing in monthly. Like I totally avoided numbers. I don't know what I pay out. I don't know. I just pay my OPM 2,500 a month. Like I don't know. I just pay all these subscriptions and things that I may not even need it in my business. I totally avoided money. And it was just the way that I was conditioned all my life to believe that money, I get it, and then it's gone. I get it, and then it's gone. And it was this constant vicious cycle. This is going to be a whole nother episode of like really narrowing down, like, what are your money patterns? There's those of us that like to hold and hoard money and are afraid to spend it. And there's those of us that need to spend it immediately right when it comes in, because if we don't, then it's going to be gone. And that was me since I was younger. I remember making like, I don't know, $600 to $700 a week at 18 years old at a really bougie salon I was working at. I lived on my own. I would go shopping every week. I would get the Michael Kors sunglasses. I would go to what was it called? Aldo, and get these really fancy, pretty shoes. And I just loved. I loved nice things. I loved getting massages. Like I would always spend money on myself. And I'm not saying that I still don't do these things or that you shouldn't do these things, but I was avoiding numbers and like how much overflow I did have and I was spending money on like stupid, stupid things and just not knowing, like I said, what was coming in and what was going out. I was totally outsourcing my power and I made emotional money decisions. So avoiding numbers, it didn't protect me. It kept me in a state of perpetual lack. This was wild. I was like, oh my God, I'm avoiding it because I know that once it comes in, it's going to go out. So there's this like constant state of lack. And when I started to know exactly, like spreadsheets and all, like this is the thing that would freak me out. I'm like, oh, I don't want to sit down and make a spreadsheet, but it's done. And I just modify it every once in a while, but when I need to. And like when I knew exactly where my money was going and the exact numbers, like I would then receive that amount that I needed and then have the overflow because money responds to clarity. It responds to clarity. It responds to having a great relationship with it and not being like, I don't see you. I'm going to pretend that I don't know what's going on here because yeah, if I know, then, I'm going to feel in my gut, like, oh my God, that much money went out for that. Or like, no, money responds to clarity. And again, this is going to be a whole nother episode, but this was a really big one that I had to shed was avoiding the numbers and really being the woman, being the iconic woman to be like, no, I know what's coming in and I know what's going out because this is what I need to be doing as an iconic woman leader. And I need to make aligned decisions with my money as well. So I started cutting things out that weren't in alignment with what I really needed. Like there were like so many subscriptions and things I went through. I'm like, why do I even have this? Like, and it was like me neglecting my money and just being like, oh yeah, whatever. I just pay for this and not even knowing what I was paying for. And then when I like really looked, I was like, this makes so much sense as to why I'm leaking it because I don't even know where it's going. So money responds to clarity. Now, if you're listening to this and you could just feel something in you shedding, but you don't know how to maybe lead through this season, this is exactly the work that I do inside of my mentorship and in my academy spaces. This is all about leadership recalibration and capacity. And so I want you to send me a DM on Instagram at XO Renee Marie and just say shed, and I'll know exactly what you mean. And if you're not on my email list yet, that's where I share deeper reflections like this first. And you could find that in the description below. Okay, next up, what fire horse leadership looks like. Fire horse energy is grounded authority. It is calm power. It is making clean decisions. Your protected time and boundaries, capacity to hold visibility, and no urgency distortion. Say it with me. I am not bringing urgency into 2026. I am bringing capacity and grounded leadership. Because the leader that you become this year will determine the business that you continue to scale and build. So I need you to know this. Like, as a leader, these are all of the things that we really need to anchor into. We need to protect our time and boundaries. We need to expand our capacity to continue to grow and evolve. And we need to do things from a safe and rooted place instead of urgency. So I want you to ask yourself, where are you maybe dragging some decisions? Where you're procrastinating a little bit? Where you're just keeping things that are just like an open loop? Where are you dragging those decisions? And could you today, if you take a couple deep breaths and just have some space and time to like really tune in, clear out all the noise, what would these decisions be that you make today? And it's either a clean yes or no, or you close that loop. What decisions are you dragging that you can cleanly just decide on today? Where are you avoiding being seen? Where are you not putting yourself out there and you're avoiding being seen? And again, this is what I work through with you, is expanding your capacity to be seen, to be visible, to deal with the duality of like, okay, more people are going to, have like massive impact for the things that I do, but also I might get some haters along the way. Like, are you able to hold both truths, right? Where are you maybe avoiding being seen? What actions are you not taking because you're like, this means more responsibility, or this means that, whatever false narrative or belief that you have, or maybe it's a true narrative that might happen, but could you hold the truth that this is actually a good thing, even if this thing happens? Where are you emotionally avoiding your numbers? Are you like me, where you are conditioned to just believe that, okay, money comes in and it's going to go out? Like, where are you emotionally avoiding your numbers? Be honest, be truthful with yourself, and then take the aligned action to have a good relationship with money. Where is urgency running your leadership? Where do you feel like, I totally do this because I have the fear that if I don't keep going and making these decisions, these reactive decisions, like that it's all going to fall apart? Like, where's urgency running your leadership, and why do you feel that urgency within? Like, ask yourself why. That's like the deeper question. This wasn't a year of loss. It was a year of refinement, because I didn't find my next level this year. I uncovered it. It came out, baby. We are a new elevated version. This year I didn't find my next level. I became it. I uncovered it. I revealed it. The iconic woman was birthed. And the same goes for you too. You shed a lot this year. And now it's time to ask yourself these final questions before we head into the year of the horse. Be honest with yourself. because that's an iconic woman leader. We are not just scaling and growing businesses, we are building leaders here. Thank you for being here. Truly, like every time you press play, you are choosing growth, leadership, honesty, and that is what matters. Come connect with me on Instagram at XO Renee Marie. I love hearing what lands for you. You are not here to shrink. You are here to lead as the iconic woman leader. It's time to remember who the fuck you are, icon.